Hey everybody, this is Chuck Turner. Jesus is risen, has risen, and will always be alive, and is alive forever. And today this is a new, phase for my channel because I'm actually built a little set here because for the first time I'm actually doing a product review. Fortunately, I like to thank God for you guys. A lot of you made a lot of comments on my video, Pocket Carry is a bad idea, and you guys are very positive. I thank you for your positivity. I thank you for the blessings and the prayers that you guys give me, and as well I continue to pray for you guys, that you guys remain safe and your families remain safe, because we carry guns even though we may be Christians or we're not Christians. We carry guns to protect ourselves, not to take human life. We don't walk out every day out of the house anticipating or wanting to hurt someone or even pull on our guns, because that's the most people that carry guns. We just don't want to be victims, and Lord knows I've been a victim of violent crime multiple times throughout my life, starting from the age of 12. Actually, I'm not, if I really want to go back to probably the age of 8, when guys used to try to steal the money that I used to have to go to the store to get my mom or my father some pack of cigarettes or buy some bread, some lunch meat, and everything. And I just want to thank you guys for all your positive comments and all the positive feedback that I've gotten. And today, again, like I said, I'm actually doing a product review. A company named Tradecraft USA actually contacted me. The owner's name is Andy. He's actually a former SWAT member. He's special ops in the United States Marine Corps. He served in Iraq, and he talked to me about the experiences that I shared about being in the hood, because that's what I call it, the hood, and a lot of those experiences, are practical experiences in the community. And what he was saying is that, and I have to admit, I agree, that a lot of people that are trained tactical, they have great training and everything, but what they don't understand is that a lot of those tactics have to be modified to actually deal with domestic stuff, because when you're in Iraq, you're in all these different other kinds of community, theaters of operations, so to speak. You handle things in a certain way, and you're trained the proper way to do that. But when you're in the inner city or you're in a bad neighborhood, you pretty much need to adjust some things. And I guess that's why you do have the advent of the pocket carry and the advent of the open carry, and all these different things that people introduce to responsible gun owners, to carry the guns and weapon systems to carry the guns. But I won't get too much into that. I'll probably make another video about that. But today is about the product review, and Andy actually sent me from Tradecraft USA 6 holsters. Yes, 6 holsters. This guy's awesome. 6 holsters. Yes. And these are actually inside the waistband holsters, and they're designed with comfort and accessibility in mind. And I'll explain that. Well, right here is actually the holster. It's a Cobra gun leather that I actually use for my Glock 19, which is actually in one of the CL executives from Tradecraft USA. And what it is that when I use this holster, there's a couple problems that I've experienced with this holster. One, that this buckle isn't too strong, so I've actually clipped it on to a belt. Matter of fact, I have an old belt that I love the width of this belt, and it's actually, when I pulled the gun out, it's actually came off. It did not. Even when I anchor it, when I carry at 12 o'clock, I usually slip it under here or on the opposite side under here, so nobody, say if my shirt lifts up, they can't actually see the clip is actually under there. They can't see it. So, and it won't glint. Like when I use my Chief Special, that's a problem because the if I can get that off, give me some time, fellas. This actually has a silver clip. So, the thing about this holster also is that it gives less profile than the other. I guess because this little unique piece of leather right here, it actually makes it a little thicker, the profile thicker underneath my belt at 12 o'clock. And the leather on here is probably cowhide, and it's suede. And also another problem with this, when I'm sweating, because I do sweat, I actually wire brush this holster out now and then because it does get slick. The suede will when it contacts moisture. The whole gun, the whole holster will slide out because it actually suctions the gun in. And I've had that happen to me several times, and I hate that. I literally hate that. So, but when I took the gun out in this holster on Saturday, it was awesome. And let me tell you why. Because, one, you don't have too many things, it anchors into there. You don't have too many things stopping the slide or anything from the gun pulling out. And one of the best things about this holster is that you can draw this holster from either strong side or weak hand side. And Andy shows it on his website in a video, and I'll post a link onto the video, that you actually, with this holster, you can actually turn your blade side in, your hand like a blade, and twist it in the holster and pull it out. That's in case, your right hand is, say, like, I'll give you a scenario. Say, God forbid, you get into your car, into a parking lot, and you have your keys, your little remote, you open up lock, and sometimes, you hit it twice because you're not sure if it's working, and all the doors open up on your car. And you get in the car, you might have a bag, you throw the bag in the back seat or the front seat. By the time you get in the seat, somebody could have slipped in the side, the passenger side of your car, and now you use your right hand to hammer fist, to punch them, to give them the whole two fingers to the eye thing, like the Three Stooges. And you need to be able to draw. You might not be able to get to your gun if you carry on your hip like a lot of people do. You're pretty much not going to be able to get to your gun because it's on your right side. And if you already clicked your seatbelt, you're not getting to it. Okay. And then another thing is, but if you're carrying at 12 o'clock and you have it in one of these holsters, you'll be able to use your left hand to draw the actual gun, right? And then pull your other hand in and then just shoot them. Empty the mag on, like I would. I might, if I'm angry enough or if I've been hit enough, more likely I would just have my day. But anyway, they would make my day, But these holsters are excellent. He has an instruction video on how to actually trim the gun to actually fit. Trim the holster. Trim the gun. Whew, never do that. But trim the holster actually fits your gun. He sent me not only the executive, he sent me the professional. Now the professional is actually what the owner Andy actually prefers. The professional kind of doesn't have that extra leather swatch on the back of it, to protect the trigger guard or protect your body against the body sweat and actually having the print on your stomach really of the gun. And I actually haven't tried this yet. I was thinking about trying it with my Chief Special, but I will give it a spin just to see how it goes. But I haven't yet. But I also tried the CL Executive for my 357 Magnum. Well, this is my 4-inch 357 Magnum. I do have a 6-inch, but of course that's too long for concealed carry. And basically, I tried this, but it was unsuccessful. It wasn't because of the holster wasn't comfortable, because it's very comfortable. And like I said, it's low profile. It's because of these iron sights. When I put the holster on, it was not. Let me see. Long enough. The shroud was not long enough to cover up there, and it shouldn't be, because I have other holsters for this, and it just that little blade right there, it felt like I was being shanked in prison. Like, give me your milk, that's my milk. Getting shanked, and it was horrible. So I had to abandon that, but that's okay. I wanted to carry this 357 because in Philly, sometimes the young guys that are too light to fight, too thin to win, and don't have a gun, they're not into knives. What they do is they walk pit bulls, and they rob people, strong arm rob them with the pit bull. And last summer, I actually had a pit bull let loose on me before I was going to the client's house, and I actually averted getting robbed like that. But fortunately, I was close to the client's house in Philly. It was in Philly, it's in North Philly. But I also had my G19 with me, but I didn't want to shoot the dog at all, especially in their client's house, because I could, that's a conflict. I'm a therapist, Oh, my therapist shot a dog in front of my house. Oh my goodness! Next thing you know, I'm getting sued. Although I do have liability insurance, but anyway, like I say again, these holsters are great. I would actually check out the website, because he has a lot of information, a lot of videos about his products and how to use it. He's a tactical dude, man. This guy has been in Iraq. He's been, SWAT team, police officer outside of Detroit, Michigan. This guy knows what he's talking about, and you should check out his channel. It's Tradecraft USA, well, Tradecraft 45, and you can check him out. You might see him in the comments of one of the pocket carry video. Just click on his name and go check out his couple videos he has on there. He said he was going to post some more videos soon to enhance his video channel and more information about not only the executive and the CL professional, but about concealed carry period and tactics, because living in I know a lot of you guys don't live in the hood, and you kind of like say, oh no, well that's the stuff you do in the hood, but you really have to adjust your tactics, because a lot of you guys are preparing for without rule of law, WRL. You guys are preparing, and what you don't, some of you I don't think realize, I'm not trying to insult you, and I'm telling you dumb, I'm not that kind of guy, but you don't realize that when society breaks down around you, you have to revert to certain types of tactics to protect yourself. And having a holster like this, being able to actually draw from with both strong and weak hand at the 12 o'clock position or any other position, is a positive. It's a step up, because it really is a step up on your abilities, because once your right hand, your strong arm, strong hand is basically limited. If you're in the corner, you're on the ground, somebody pushes you up in the corner, your arm and your gun is trapped in that corner, the other arm, you got to be able to use it, or if you, like they train you to shoot weak hand, is that in case you hurt your right hand, you got to be able to use that weak hand, and you got to practice weak hand. I like shooting weak hand. I think I'm actually ambidextrous, because I actually fight left-handed. I'm right-handed, but I fight left-handed, and also fight right-handed and left-handed. I'm good. So I do shoot well with my left as well as my right. So, again, this, you should check his website out. I'll leave a link. It's TradecraftUSA.com, and it's great. I thank you again, Andy, for the holsters, and I promise you to write an article about some of my stories. Well, not my stories, but some of the experiences that I had living in the inner city, Camden, New Jersey, the most dangerous city in the country. We used to call it Baby Beirut. Tell how old I am when you know how bad Beirut was in the 80s. But just for a Tales in the Hood story, I was talking to Andy from Tradecraft USA, and I talked to my wife about making a video about bouncing, because I don't know if I mentioned this in any of my other videos about being a former bouncer. I actually bounced clubs from the age of 15 to about 30, so 15 years. I actually bounced for my brother, who was a big promoter in the Philadelphia, Camden area, New Jersey area, and a couple other promoters, who I won't mention their name. One of them I don't particularly like, but the other guy, big dude, he's cool. I went to high school with him, and being a bouncer is it's fun. It's fun. Even though I'm a Christian today, I think I could actually do it as long as it wasn't in some hip hop club where the language is just horrible, and the atmosphere was just horrible. I could do it, as long as it was a nice, classy club. And I just like to say, I just knocked some stuff over, but that's okay. But that if you are a bouncer, or you consider becoming a bouncer, and you have a concealed carry permit, or like in Philadelphia, they require you to have a 235 card and actually be certified now as a bouncer. The most important thing you can do as a bouncer is make peace. It's not fight. This gun is not your primary objective. If you're thinking about being a bouncer and the gun is going to be your gun-ho piece, you will die soon, or you will put other people's lives in jeopardy. And let me explain why. Okay, the hardest times for a bouncer is not during the club operation. When I was a bouncer with the DJs, we had, in a club situation, all the bouncers, the DJs, promoters, the bar owners, or the club owner, all of us, we all know each other. So, and we all have a system. The DJ, one of the DJs that I knew, Daryl, he actually came with an entire sound system. The guy actually did the entire Spectrum, the Philadelphia Spectrum, for a concert one time. That's how much equipment he had. And the bouncers, you work with the sound people, and this is the reason why. If there should happen to be a fight inside of the club, the DJ should shut the music down and turn the house lights on. That way, if you're at the front door and you see the lights come on, and you're outside, you're talking to people, you're trying to, clear the sidewalk so the police don't harass the club owner. You turn the lights on, you close the front door, you run in, and you take care of things. But your primary, like I said, your primary objective is to make people feel safe, especially the women. If you haven't noticed, if you are bouncing now, most promoters, most clubs, whatever it is, they have ladies' night. And the reason why they do ladies' night is to attract men. Because men know that if the women are going to be there, that's where they want to be. Most promoters will have drinks free before 10, or quarter beer night or something like that for women. And then they'll have a male, like my brother used to get the male strippers in there, and before 10. And then the guys will be outside and say, hey, there's a bunch of horny women and they're drunk. So they want to come in. So that's how I used to pack out the clubs all the time. And as a bouncer, you want to make the women feel safe. If there's a guy that comes in and he's already drunk, he's already belligerent, you don't let him in. You do not let him in. You don't want anybody like that in your club, because he will actually close the club down. He'll start a fight. He'll grab somebody's butt, something like that, and you want to put him out. You don't want to put him out. You just don't want to put him in. You don't want to let him in. And then if he leaves belligerent, what you do is you follow him outside, because you don't want that guy to actually go to his car, get a gun, and come back. Like I was talking to Andy from Tradecraft USA. It's a video on Philadelphia Police Detectives Unit actually has a YouTube channel, and on one of the videos, you see a guy actually shooting into a club because the bouncers would not let him in because of dress code. Because a lot of bouncers are hip or hype, or to the fact that, hey, the best type of club is a club where you don't have people in there with a t-shirt, with Timberlands or boots, and sneakers on. Because those type of dudes aren't afraid to fight, because they're not going to mess up their $300 Gators. They're not gonna mess up their, whatever kind of shoes or suit they have or nice pants. They're not trying to fight like that. They don't have nothing to prove. Like most mature men do not have anything to prove by fighting. We prove ourselves by going out and earning a living. So the guy actually got stopped from going in the club. The bouncer, wouldn't let him in, but he made a mistake. He didn't follow this guy. And as soon as you come out, you got to follow. You got to be on their heels, because if you're not on the heels, they can go to the car, they can go to the trunk, they can go under the seat of their car, they can grab a gun. But if you're on their heels and you have a concealed carry permit, and they're going to their permit, whatever gun they got in that trunk is yours. You just got a free gun. Or you call the police and you turn it in to the police. You know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, if he's going to the club and he's got a gun in his trunk, it's an illegal gun. It's not, because he does not have a concealed carry permit. Because most clubs will allow people in Pennsylvania or in states that don't have that liquor 50-40, whatever they call it, law. They will let you in there with a gun. You know what I'm saying? So most guys that have a concealed carry permit, they're not a problem anyway. They're law-abiding citizens. So if he's going to his car to get a gun, this is a bad guy. And that's exactly what happened that day. The guy actually left the bar and, walked out, went back and got something big, man. It looked like a 45, a Desert Eagle. And he lit the inside of that bar up from the outside. He didn't even look in. He didn't even, in the glass, if you look at the video, the glass was tinted. He couldn't even see who he was shooting at. And one of the guys that just some patron just got shot in the shoulder, got dropped because some nut was mad because they wouldn't let him in because he wasn't dressed appropriately. So keep on, if you're a bouncer, keep on these dudes' heels when they get upset and leave. And then if you do have to put your hands on somebody and put them out, do not beat them up bad. Do not. Try not to hit them in the face. Try not to beat them bad. Just get them out. Grab them by if they got someone on the ground, reach down, grab them by the belt of their pants, that's their center mass, and sling them and pull them off of them and keep dragging. Do not stop. Just keep dragging them out and throw them out the bar or the club. Because if you don't, if you beat people up bad, they have vendettas. They want to come back and get you. But if you throw them out, you talk to them, hey man, you was drunk, man, just go back, come back another day. You know what I'm saying? Fine. People, they understand they were drunk. They don't have a vendetta against you. Because if you make enemies like that, you're going to wind up dead one day when you're sitting on the front step, or you're going to the mall with your girlfriend or your wife. These guys, they remember you. When you're a bouncer, you don't remember everybody, but they remember you because you knocked them out. You threw them out on the ground. You stomped them. You and your boys stomped them. The other bouncers. Don't do that kind of stuff. And I pray for you because I know it's a job. You may be a Christian doing this. But do it, represent Christ in that manner too, because you're actually there to protect people. While they're living that sinful lifestyle. But like I was telling my wife, if I were ever to go back out there, I probably would not do bouncing, but I would probably escort celebrities when they go into Philly for or whatever state I'm trying to get to Virginia, whatever venue was in that state. I would just escort them because a lot of times when celebrities come and do concerts, they're actually in town for a week prior to the concert doing sound checks. They're pumping up the actual event on the radio. They're doing a lot of marketing. They're going to schools. They're talking to people at schools. They're doing talking to the news media, and they're also going shopping. They don't stay in their hotel rooms. They're out and about. And they need somebody to actually show them the town. They need somebody to accompany them because they spend a lot of money, they carry a lot of money, and they don't want to be mobbed and inconvenienced. So that's the type of stuff I would probably do, because I have a couple friends that actually do it. Matter of fact, one of the promoters that I used to work for actually is Wendy Williams' bodyguard. Another guy I know, he used to be Tommy Davidson's bodyguard. He used to also escort a lot of the world WWF wrestlers when they came into town. He used to be with them all the time, and I don't know if I ever get back into the total shape that I used to be in. That's something I might do because it pays well, and that's another thing. if you're a bouncer, make sure you get paid well. You know, that whole $10 an hour thing, I don't know how you guys do it. Because I was making $10 an hour when I was 15 years old bouncing. You know, I was making $50, $60 an hour, $50, $60 a night for 4 hours, 5 hours. I don't understand. But, you know, the lowest I ever, that was the lowest I got paid when I was in high school because I didn't know better. But when I got older and I was 21 and things, you know, hey, look, things was tough. You know, I was getting $150 a night, you know, and working maybe 2-3 nights a week, you know. So, you know, and that's what you got to do, because you got to protect yourself, because, you know, stitches cost a lot of money. Stitches cost a lot of money. If you don't have health insurance, you're done. You know, of course, the violence and victim crime, you know, the state will probably pick up all your medical costs and everything like that. But still, who wants to go through that? You know, if you're going to go through something like that, you know, it's best to get paid well for it. Okay. Thank you all, and I pray the Lord bless you all. I hope each one of you have a great 4th of July. I'm hoping to post this before 4th of July, but if not, I pray you guys have a safe and happy 4th of July. I understand a hurricane is coming up the East Coast. You know, God bless you if you're traveling. I pray for traveling mercies. I pray that each one of you that carry a gun, that you carry safely, and that, you know, you don't ever have to use it. You know, I don't think God put us on earth to have to kill somebody. You know, unless you're in the military or the police or something like that, you know, you were actually ordained to be, you know, a protector of society. But then again, as a husband, as a father, as a mother, you know, you're also put here to protect your family. So God bless you. You guys have a great weekend. And this is Truck Turner. Jesus is risen, has risen, and is alive. God bless you. Amen.